Hi everybody, Chef Cheyne here, and today I want to talk to you about three things: hand washing, dish and plate, etc. washing, and end of the day cleanup. We're going to start from the end. At the end of the day, your kitchen should be completely devoid of every single thing. Not an item in your dish rack, nothing except spray bottle, hand soap or dish soap, a scrubber, and a sponge. Now, if you're the last class of the day, which could be either period 7 or 8, the sponge and scrubber go in the round barrel at the pillar that is labeled dirty sponges. But that's only for 7 or 8. Periods 1 and 2, sometimes you may have to go get your sponge and scrubber, and those are found at the pillar. At the very end of the day, you need to take these guys off, clean behind your sink really thoroughly, right up onto the metal, clean all of the metal on your sink, clean the faucet, and then specifically dry your sink out. Not because the chef cares about the dryness, but rather by drying the sink out, we can ensure that there's really no more scraps in it. Additionally, optionally, you're allowed to leave a sanitation scrubber cloth right there. So here's what your day should look like when you arrive in your kitchen. You'll find these things. So how to wash your hands, you've heard it before. We're going to be using the pump mostly because often the hand soap there is hard to get to and it's not really efficient for cleaning. So we're going to be using the pump for hand cleaning and only hot water. We are not allowed in any circumstance to use cold water in this kitchen, only hot. The hot water is designed not to burn you. It should be hot, should be uncomfortable, but not enough to burn you. In my mind, I am counting to 20 Mississippi. Now, this is just showbiz. I'm not really going to do 20. Oh, maybe I will do 20 Mississippi. Remember to get between the webs, the cuticles, and especially here. This is an often forgot area. Hot water only, 20 seconds. Notice I turned off the faucet with the back of my hand. And here are your hand towels. They come out. These are not for drying anything except your hands. These are not to dry dishes. Hand towels. That is a clean hand. How do we clean pots? Well, we start with the clean hands. And over here, I've got a pot. We only use hot water. The pots or any dirty dishes should always remain outside of the sink. Now, if it's red hot, you don't want to put it on the counter because it'll burn the counter. You can actually put it on a sponge or you could put it on a kitchen towel. However, remember, if you make something hot, you should make it cold. With that in mind, there really should no excuse for putting something hot on the counter because you bring it over and make it cold. So I'm going to make believe this is hot. I'm going to put it in here using hot water only. Now, I can use cold water occasionally if it's sizzling hot. So I'm going to cool off this sizzling ramen pan. Okay, now it's cool enough to use hot water. So here comes the hot water, a little in there, a pump of soap, and I've got my ramen utensil here. I'm scrubbing, rinsing, or just scrubbing mostly. I scrub in the left sink. The left sink is where you do your washing. And then the right sink is where you do your rinsing. So I've washed them, I put them in the right-hand sink. I'm rinsing them, then I'm going to put them in my rack here. I'm going to let them drip off for a few moments, and then I'm going to dry them. That's dry. That's dry, and I'm going to put them back where they go. There's no excuse for putting things away in the wrong place. So let's review here. Dirty dishes reside over here. They get washed in the left sink with hot water only. You can use cold water to make it cold so that you may wash it. Rinsing in the right sink, draining briefly here, and then drying and putting away. Remember, the dish rack always has to droop over the edge. It's a thing. Let's do another round here. I've got a single plate here and a fork. Put a little bit of soap, not much soap. I don't really need much soap for a plate. It was residing on the counter. I'm washing it here. Back also. I'm going to come over here, rinse it in the rinse sink. I'm going to put it here to drain briefly. You're using hot water only. And then I'm not going to use a hand towel, but rather I'll use a dish towel or a bar mop to dry it off. And then we will put things back where they appropriately go. And so that pretty much wraps it up. Remember, at the end of the day, you have to clean behind your sink, all the metal on your sink, and dry your sink. Also, at the beginning of the day, you may need to get a sponge and a scrubber. Do anything with hot water, only hot water, the exception being if you need to make something cold. If you make it hot, you make it cold. Now, the red apron wearer or the chef's jacket wearer is in charge of doing dishes, but they don't do them all. So if you have a lunch and you make some food, why don't you wash your own dish, okay? And that's how we keep our kitchen clean. Thanks.